say love can move mountains, yet I can do it with ease. They say love can move mountains. Okay, if we're gonna do this properly, let's have 3 rules. First rule, yes, tell me exactly what you want me to read and say and speak. Second rule, tell me how you want me to say it. Do you want me to sound like a character? Do you want me to put on a special voice? Do you want me to go high or low? 1, what? 2, how? Third rule, do you want music in the background or do you just want my voice? Let me know. Let's have fun. Keep it PG, please. They say only God can judge. Yet here you I'm not sure about that, big man. Try again. Thank you for the advice. And thank you for the critique. Now then, let's do this one more time. Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you'll realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility. Listen, everywhere you look in this world, wherever there is light, there will always be shadows to be found as well. As long as there's a concept of victors, the vanquished will also exist. The selfish intent of wanting to preserve peace initiates wars, and hatred is born in order to protect love. You're bringing me back here once again, your voice has my knees buckling. They say love can move mountains, yet I can do it with ease. I don't yet have my evil voice, so I'm gonna give you a few options and then you tell me which one's the best. I am she. I'm glad to meet you. I am she. I'm glad to meet you. I am she. I'm glad to meet you. Right, let me know which one you like the most. I chose my path, you chose the way of the hero. And they found you amusing for a while, the people of this city. And the one thing they love more than a hero is to see a hero fail, fall, die trying. In spite of everything you've done for them, eventually they will hate you. Why bother? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me down the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Emotions, yikes. You discovered the kryptonite. I have the emotional range of a potato, so forgive me. I'll do my best though. Love is love. 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 I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination life is your creation. I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination. A grown man. A grown, full adult man. I'm no Barbie girl. Come on, Bobby, let's go party. Ooh, 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 ooh. Come on, Bobby, let's go party. And those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doom Slayer. Venom. Oh goodness, that was random. You think I will fall? Well, you're in for a big surprise. You made me do that. You made me say something hella cringe, and I laughed and looked straight into the camera. Do you know what you've done for my reputation? Do you know how cringe that was? Yikes. No matter how good you think you are, you're always the villain in someone's story. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? But you merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me. That was a good take. Pain is just an emotion waiting to be extinguished by a stronger flame. This magic keeps me alive, but it's making me crazy. And I need to save you. But who's going to save me? Please, forgive me for whatever I do when I don't remember you. Damn. A lowly growl is like a... Okay, so I'm going from a high to a... Okay, let's go. A god. That is what they call me. But I've seen the truth. I am no better than the cruelty of death itself. Yeah. Fall. That was good. There's that voice. This is reference, okay? This is reference. This voice. Feel how 30 it is, Michael. Remember, this is where your voice is for that voice. Now, from the top. Fall. Yes! Okay. Don't forget. Oh, it's gone. Ah, come on, bring it back. Fall. You are alone, child. There is only darkness for you, and only death for your people. These ancients are just the beginning. I will command a great and terrible army, and we will sail to 1 billion worlds. We will sail until every light has been extinguished. You are strong, child, but I am beyond strength. I am the end, and I have come for you. Before there was time, before there was anything, there was nothing. And before there was nothing, there were monsters. Good little girl. Always picking a fight with me, you know that I'm bad. But you're spending the night with me. What do you want from my world? You're a good little girl. Don't you know I'm a villain? Every night I'm out killing, sending everyone running like children. I know why you're mad at me. I've got demon eyes, and they're looking right through your anatomy. Into your deepest fears. Baby, I'm not from here. I'm from the nightosphere. To me you're clear, transparent. If you're a thing for me, girl, it's apparent. You know what? It's actually so difficult to sing in that low demon voice. But I will try. I will try for you because you've asked me many times. And I will honor your persistence. Just give me grace because this is not going to sound great, okay? Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, demon shark, do 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 do. Can I please go now? This was difficult to do, man. impersonator, but it was so cool if I can sound like Optimus Prime. I, 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 I am Optimus Prime. No. I, 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 I am Optimus Prime. What the hell? Okay, wait, calm down. I am Optimus Prime. Okay, I gotta do some more practice before I come back to this one. Yeah. I am no fool in the eyes of stupidity, but when my emotions tie together with my beliefs, my blindness may turn me into the biggest fool of all. Humans only live for 100 years. It is as unreal as a dream that ends in an instant. What is the point of a person living in this world? No more than just being on a journey and witnessing interesting things. Although I do not want to die, I do not fear death. I am already on the right path. I have no regrets even if I die. I am no fool in the eyes of stupidity. But when my emotions tie together with my beliefs, my blindness may turn me into the biggest fool of all. Be strong, be capable, be powerful, but choose to be gentle. Strong enough to be gentle. That is a brilliant reminder to be powerful, to be a beast, to have so much power but choose not to exercise it. That is, I don't know, there's something encouraging about that. Have you forgotten so easily? We are you. We are the madness that lurks within you all, begging to be free at every moment in your deepest animal mind. We are what you hide from in your beds every night. We are what you sedate into silence and paralysis when you go to the nocturnal haven which we cannot tread. That's because everything I touch is food for my hunger. My hunger for power. Well, thief, I smell you. I hear your breath. I feel your air. Where are you? You don't have enemies. The truth is that nobody has them. Nobody in this entire world deserves to get hurt. Really? Really? If I was to pretend to be the most empathetic person in the entire world, to the point that I understood exactly why you've done this thing to me, your hurt, your past trauma, your genetic, whatever, if I was to understand perfectly well why you've done this thing to me, what do I do then? Where does that leave me? Because I still feel the hurt. I still feel the pain. But I understand. And I can't just give it back to you. No, that just carries things on and on. So maybe that's what this quote is about. Learning, understanding that you just have to let it go. But that's difficult, isn't it? Maybe it means something else. You tell me. Okay, Google. Turn on harmony.
Sure, turning harmony on.
I get this request a lot of the time, and I don't mind doing it over and over again. However, I will remind you that I am not an impersonator. So I'll do it slightly differently. Each time I'll do it differently. But if I see someone in the comment section being all like, you don't sound like Madara, call them an idiot for me. Thank you. Let me just get some wet down my throat. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up to reality. Nothing shadows is blend in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility. Listen, everywhere you look in this world, wherever there is light, there will always be shadows to be found as well. As long as there's a concept of victors, the vanquished will also exist. The selfish intent of wanting to preserve peace initiates wars, and hatred is born in order to protect love. Okay, my throat is sufficiently lubricated. Let me show you something. I have about 4 voices that I play with. They're not all perfect, but I'm working at them. Voice number 1 is my natural tone. If you meet me in person, this might be what I sound like. I might be more tired, I might be higher, lower, quiet, or whatever, but this is what I generally sound like. It's my most versatile voice. How low does it go now? I guess it goes kind of low. But if I was to speak like this to you on a regular, it might be a bit weird, a bit unnerving to you. No, not too far behind it is voice number 2, which is like lots of vocal fry. I'm a Barbie girl. Sometimes I mix voice number 1 to voice number 2, where at the end of a sentence, I'll just do, add a little bit of spice at the end of a sentence. You feel me? Did you hear that? Let's try that again. You hear that? Cool. Right. Voice number 3 is what I think people like the most, which is the demon voice. It's a lot of growling, essentially. How you do that is think about clearing your throat. You can clear your throat up here and you can move it down deeper into your throat. Don't hurt yourself. Eventually you should be able to speak in it. Welcome to my abode. I've been doing it for years, and so it's easy for me to do, but I don't recommend it. You're probably messing up your throat. Voice number 4 is the creepiest one of all. I don't recommend you watch this video at night. I'll show you first and explain it later. Okay, here goes. You are breathing inwards while making a noise, okay? Not more like And what it can do is make a very, very creepy effect. So, mama, mama, help me becomes mama, mama, help me. I'm making it creepy myself. I'm getting goosebumps. Okay, it's 1 a.m. and I'm doing this. I'm gonna go to sleep right now. Hopefully I don't have any nightmares. I'm gonna say something controversial right now, and you are allowed to fight me. This is one of the rare occasions where sub doesn't sound as good as dub, only because they've done editing on his voice, so that Sukuna in the Japanese version sounds like a regular guy, but in the English version, he sounds like a villain. Listen to this. Versus domain expansion. He sounds like a villain in the English version, which is cheating. But I think the Japanese actually sounds better. I'll do it in my own voice, English, and then Japanese, and you tell me which one sounds better, okay? Because I'm convinced, but I want to convince you, okay? Hang a sec. So, domain expansion, malevolent shrine, versus Ruich Tenkai, Fukama Mizushi. In fact, just for kicks, yeah? Ruich Tenkai, Fukama Mizushi. Does it not sound better now? Anyways, I'm gonna stop. How difficult is the perseverance of one person? All of the good mortals here could answer that question, because among them, some persevered because of responsibility, some persevered because of hatred, some persevered because of excitement, and some persevered because of love. And Feng Yuan's answer? He was still expressionless. He continued to move forward relentlessly. I had once screamed. Gradually, I lost my voice. I had once cried. Gradually, I lost my tears. I had once grieved. Gradually, I became able to withstand everything. I had once rejoiced. Gradually, I became unmoved by the world. And now, all I have left is an expressionless face. My gaze is as tough as a monolith. Only perseverance remains in my heart. This is my own, an insignificant character. Feng Yuan's perseverance. A dazzling light erupted out. Perseverance, immortal Gu, at this moment, was refined successfully. If you are of the male species, if you don't like romantic stuff, if you're going to come and cringe, please make your exit. I would too. But I did say make me a vocal slave once upon a time, so here I am, doing something for the girls this time. There is an overwhelming majority of guys in my audience, 87%. So I gotta do something for them, you know? But I'm gonna do it my way. I don't think I've ever been in love to feel what he's feeling, so yeah, bear with. The only thing I like so much right now is sleep, and I barely get to see her. Like 3-4 hours a night. It's tragic. Okay, where is it? I love you. From the moment I saw you trying to go over the wall, I have loved you desperately. I cannot breathe when you're not near. I love you, Charlotte. My heart calls your name. Ugh. It's gonna be on the internet forever. Still, I'm a gangster. Can't make me do stuff like that, but I just did. I'm a mug. I've done this before. It may not have been perfect the first time, but you know the drill. We gotta switch it up. So, without further ado, let's get our throats wet. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted a dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then, it was nothing to me but blinding. Okay, let's not get too excited. Something I'm scared of. Oh, I suppose monsters. There are many types of monsters that scare me. Monsters who cause trouble without showing themselves. Monsters who abduct children. Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood. And then, monsters who tell nothing but lies. Lion monsters are a real nuisance. They are much more cunning than others. They pose as humans, even though they have no understanding of the human heart. They eat, even though they've never experienced hunger. They study, even though they have no interest in academics. They seek friendship, even though they do not know how to love. If I were to encounter such monsters, I would likely be eaten by them, because in truth, I am that monster. This is the kind of request why I do need direction, because Kenny said this when he was on his dying bed, right? So if you want me to pretend like I'm dying and saying this, all we humans, we're all the same, then you have to tell me, otherwise I have to just read it like it's some kind of deep and philosophical quote. We humans are psych. We humans are all the same. Every last one of us. For some it's drinking, some women, for some even religion. Family, the king, dreams, children, power. All of us had to spend our lives drunk on something, or else we'd have no cause to keep pushing. Everyone was a slave to something. It's kind of different, no? My loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe. When I am not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. That wasn't necessary. Contend, Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take up shield and armor. Arise and come to my aid. Brandish spear and javelin against those who pursue me. Say to me, I am your salvation. Contend, 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 Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take up shield and armor. Arise and come to my aid. Brandish spear and javelin against those who pursue me. Say to me, I am your salvation. In a world of numbers, you're my favorite one. 7, my darling, you're my shining sun. With every beat of my heart, you're the melody. 7, together, we're a symphony. Oh, lucky 7, you're my love, my delight. In your embrace, I find my endless night. You're the magic number, my heaven above. 7, my darling, is you I truly love. 7 days a week, you light up my life. In your love, I'm lost, no need for a map or a guide. 7 colors of the rainbow, you're my pot of gold. With you, my love, our story will forever unfold. Oh, lucky 7, you're my love, my delight. In your embrace, I find my endless night. You're the magic number, my heaven above. 7, my darling, is you I truly love. 7 wonders of the world, and you're the 8th. In your arms, my love, my heart truly awaits. With every step we take, 7 seas will cross. In your love, I found paradise. No more feeling lost. 7 stars in the sky. That was kind of cute. But how is it you go about defining good? Good. But how is it you go about defining good and evil? I'm only using what the gods gave me. You will fight, knowing you cannot win. I don't understand. Are you fighting me for all of humanity? If so, you should know that my actions are entirely for their benefit. For example, in human society, lands are split by borders marking their territory. On the right side of the border, children may starve to death, while on the left side, idle dregs who do nothing have everything they need. It's absolute madness. I shall crush that madness and create a fair world, where the concept of inequality will be completely forgotten for all time. I don't deny that I'll start by using power and terror to accomplish my objective, but only when absolutely necessary, and only to bring about order. You see, I have learned what true power is meant to be used for. To protect the weak who deserve to live. That is its purpose. Power should not be used to torment the defeated. Fall. You are alone, child. There is only darkness for you, and only death for your people. These ancients are just the beginning. I will command a great and terrible army, and we will sail to 1 billion worlds. We will sail until every light has been extinguished. You are strong, child. But I am beyond strength. I am the end. And I have come for you. Oh, I love the way it feels to be a hater. Something so sweet about thinking that I'm better. Just to wake up in the morning, lay in bed and somehow never ever rise to the occasion or even hold up under pressure. But we all know that it doesn't even matter. If I waste away and no one thinks that I'm clever. Just as long as I've got my ego and it tells me I'm superior, I could probably go a lifetime being barely mediocre. I'd still convince myself every time that I'm better. There are many types of monsters that scare me. Monsters who cause trouble without showing themselves. Monsters who abduct children. Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood. And then, monsters who tell nothing but lies. Lying monsters are a real nuisance. They're much more cunning than others. They pose as humans, even though they have no understanding of the human heart. They eat, even though they have never experienced hunger. They study, even though they have no interest in academics. They seek friendship, even though they do not know how to love. If I were to encounter such monsters, I would likely be eaten by them. Because in truth, I am that monster. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth, quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond the wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations, in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. Spürt die Schmerzen. Denkt über Schmerz nach. Akzeptiert den Schmerz. Erkennt, was Schmerz ist. Wer keinen Schmerz kennt, kann wahren Frieden nicht begreifen. Und jetzt sollen alle erfahren, was wahrer Schmerz ist. Allmächtiger Schub. Alright. How's that? What's next? French, Tagalog, Italian, Arabic, Yoruba. Chi, Yankatri Kakrabi, that's it. That's it. Alright. See you in a bit. How do I practice? What do I do to get a lower voice? Those are two questions, but we'll see if I can answer them at the same time. I'm going to first disclaim and say I don't know how much of this practice actually contributes to my voice and how much of it is actually just genetics, whatever. That's a disclaimer out there, okay? You might have a naturally voice, and you may never get to a la voice, you feel me? I'm not a vocal coach, I'm just a guy on the internet just trying to have fun with his throat, you feel me? So take my advice with a grain of salt, right? So I hum a lot. Right? If I'm listening to music, if I'm in a coach, train, bus, whatever, I just hum to myself. Doesn't disturb people, but it gives me time to practice. I'll be listening to music and according to however the melody's going, I'm humming my own little bass line, right? My little harmony. So right now, like there's a song by Luther Vandross that's trending on TikTok right now. It's like, still in love, still in love. And the trick is to go as low and low and low as you can. And I realize I do this quite a bit where I'm speaking, but I'm actually also humming at the same time. So my voice is pretty much a long, right? When I'm speaking, it's a long hum, but I've modulated words over that hum. The other kind of practice is just saying the thing over and over again. When people give me things to say, I record for hours before I come out with like a 20-second clip or a minute clip. I think I might make a separate video because this video is getting a bit too long already. I'll be right back. Second thing I've learned to do, and which I'm getting better at, is the vocal fry. So, which is being able to do the, this kind of voice. Takes a little bit of practice, but eventually you get there. And it's not the same as this voice that I'm speaking with. It's just slightly different, right? It's a bit more, yeah, you feel me? Vocal fry. Being able to like add that to your voice can help you instantly sound lower than you actually are. If I was to like conduct a whole conversation using vocal fry, this is what it might sound like. But then there's also the that sound, the growl, the demon voice, right? That one is, I don't recommend doing that because you're probably mashing up your throat. But yeah, that's how I go deeper. That's how I'm a child of God, I promise you that. So humming, practicing your vocal fry, and also your growl. Humming is so cool because like you can be sitting there in the room quietly humming to yourself and no one has to hear it. Quietly going, So the lowest note I can make with my voice isn't actually a singing or speaking voice. It's more like a inward sound I can make with my throat. So normally when you're speaking, you're expelling air from your lungs. You're speaking outwardly. This note, this voice is more like an inward gasp, right? So it's like a but then because I have good control over my throat and I can do stupid stuff like this, right? I can gasp, but also do a it sounds weird right now, but I'm going somewhere with this. Okay. So the control is like, okay, I can control my throat, change the sound as it's coming in, but I can also slow the sound down, right? So not only am I going, I'm slowing it down and making a, right? And so that makes it go lower. So now if I really want to tamper with it, I can really, really slow it down. So I'm going, it's kind of creepy, isn't it? It's like a mixture between a growl and a, before there was time. No, water, hydrate me, wet my throat. Before there was time, before there was anything, there was nothing. And before there was nothing, there were monsters. Yes, found it. Yeah. Yeah. But how is it you go about defining good and evil? I'm only using what the gods gave me. I told you we needed more glitter. Growling. Yeah. Normal voice. Vocal fry. Aggressive phonation. As breathing in as you're speaking. Growling. Normal voice with a little bit of growl. Normal voice with a little bit of vocal fry. Back on mode. That's completely inward. I can't breathe in and out at the same time, you feel me? So I can't do normal voice plus ingressive phonation. But what I did discover after playing around with my throat and the ingressive sound was that immediately afterwards, it seemed as though my voice was lower. So I'm speaking like this normally. And then if I was to speak like that, it's like an immediate transition into something lower. And if I keep pushing it, sometimes it's even lower. So like, and then trying to speak. See, it's crazy. But if I speak more, it's going to come back to normal. So yeah, that's like the hack. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen.
I know exactly who and what you are. Violet Sorngale. Tell him if he harms you, I'll scorch the ground he stands.
That's it. That was diabolical. I'm done. My throat is gone. If someone tells me to do that again, or any variation, they better be paying me. Damn. Bruh. You are ugly. You are a sight to sore eyes. I never imagined anything as distasteful and unpleasant, yet here you are, standing in front of me. You are a horrendous beast. It's 3 a.m. I'm being an idiot. Forgive me. I mean no harm. I mean no disrespect to you and your household. Please. I saw a comment in one of my videos that made me think about saying the most disastrous insults in a very soothing voice. And so I thought I'd go with the idea, but I am tired. It's 3 a.m. I'm being an idiot. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. I think you should too. You look like you need some rest. Stupid. I'm trying. His words gave me pause, his eyes desperately scanning my face. I'm trying to fight this madness, this consuming desire to have you. He paused, but didn't move from his spot. I can't explain this irrational need to drown myself in you. I can't stand to see you pull away every time, fighting against the tide, wanting to be with him. He closed his eyes and ran his hands over his jaw. I'm trying to stow the storm, believe me, but I'm desperately fighting not to drown in the process. His eyes looked savage, lost, adrift. If she was a church, I would have dropped to my knees right here to worship her. I'd confess any sin I'd ever done, or recite every prayer just to spend another moment with her. In her presence, I found a sacred sanctuary where my devotion knew no bounds. Roses are red, weapons against me won't prosper. With this sacred treasure I summon Big Rugger, the Obstopper. Me? No, I'm not the devil. He was sent to hell, but I was born here. And when I want something, it can only go one of two ways. It can either be mine, or it must be destroyed. Try to be the former when I come to you. Splendid. If I speak in the tongues of men, or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have the faith that can move mountains but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we only see a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love.
Feel pain. Accept pain. And know pain. Those who do not know pain will never understand true peace. And now, this world shall know pain. Almighty push. I think that's too much for the microphone.
Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down? Did you burn through money? Did your ex find out?
Go get your headphones. Now. Everything you thought had meaning, every hope, dream, or moment of happiness, none of that matters as you lie bleeding out on the battlefield. None of it changes what a beaten rock does to a human body. We all die. But does that mean our lives are meaningless? Does that mean there was no point in our being born? What do you say that of our slain comrades? What about their lives? Were they meaningless? They were not. Their memory serves as an example to us all. The courageous fallen, the anguished fallen. Their lives have meaning because we the living refuse to forget them. And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us. Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage.
Flippin' hell.